Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. How's everybody doing today? The chat is up and running. Afternoon Chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A live stream, open chat room. Everyone is welcome. It's a 100% free show. There are no midstream ads, no sponsors, no line of merch to buy. Okay. It's one of the few free shows on TV. I apologize for my technical difficulties yesterday. They appear to be fixed, but we'll see. They appear to. Yesterday's stream, we got about 26 minutes in, and Spectrum's internet decided to screw us over. After it kicked us out of the stream, I got on my phone right away, and within 30 minutes, determined that they didn't know what their problem was. It was very disheartening. Fortunately, we're trying again. We're going to keep on doing this till we get it right. But as of yesterday, Spectrum's telling me that my equipment, my modem and my router, both need to do a cold restart every 30 days, which makes no sense. I've been using Spectrum for years, and this is when they're telling me. It does not add up. I'm really fed up with Spectrum. If we have problems in today's stream, I'll move to replace them. Good afternoon, Nunu. That's what they're saying, is that it needed to have a cold restart. It made no sense. My internet never went out yesterday. It just didn't. I got fed up. By 4 o'clock yesterday, I was out walking. I smoked my bowl and I hit the bricks. I was totally stressed out. 26 minutes into the show. If you got to turn the modem off once a week, there's a problem with the modem. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I was fit to be tied. The chat never went down yesterday. On my computer, it said that I was still streaming, but on my TV, it was frozen. It made no sense at all. If the chat's up and running and the computer's still streaming, so Nunu, let's back up. Let's redo yesterday. Nunu, I am so proud of you. You got 2 new chapters written in your book. That's amazing. Good job. Yes, I can see your chat. Is it buffering on you again? I'm showing about a 3-second delay here. All right. Excellent. I'm very proud of you. A new chapter is a good thing. Anytime you're moving forward, it's a good way to move. I believe you got to give kudos where kudos are due. And if you're getting your book written, you're doing a fine job. And I'm proud of you. I also went on YouTube and rewatched yesterday's 26-minute stream. And I saw that the chat was not available, and it's supposed to be available. Breakfast was real good. We had 2 relatives, an aunt and an uncle, that weren't there. They were sick. They had caught a cold or something from one of their grandchildren. And they were nice enough not to share their sickness. Okay. We still had 6 at the breakfast. It was good. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be back next week. When you put a child into daycare, they are like germ factories, and they bring back germs, and generally the whole house ends up getting sick. But I'm sure they'll be fine. Yeah, it is, especially with children. They don't wash their hands, and everything they touch goes into their mouth. They're just little germ factories. But yeah, breakfast was really nice. And then I went grocery shopping, got my errands run. I even took an hour nap. So if you want to be able to chat, you need to go to YouTube and download their Discord app. Once you've got that, then you can use another device, your phone or a tablet or a computer, and then you can chat. I had the breakfast special. I had 2 eggs scrambled with hash brown potatoes and decaf coffee. Hit my spot. I was full. I do better after taking a nap. I really do. Anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. That's my sweet spot. If I sleep more than 2 hours, then I'll end up staying up later at night, A hash brown is a shredded potato fried in butter. It's a very fine shred. I like hash browns. I like breads and potatoes and starches. Right. Yeah. So when I rewatched the video from yesterday, oh, I'm sorry if you're having internet connection trouble. When I rewatched the video for yesterday, the chat printout was not available, and it's supposed to be. So I'll be checking again today to see if our chat printout is available on the copy that is left up on YouTube for people to watch. Because if you can't read the chat, you're only getting one part of the conversation unless I read each individual chat. I wonder if we have the same internet company. Yeah, we had a little bit of wind last night, a little bit of rain, but not too bad. We didn't lose power or anything. I got all my shopping done, and I got a new battery in my smoke detector. So I did not check the analytics to see what happened on yesterday's show, but I believe it had at least 10 views. Regional internet provider. I don't think we have those. We have internet providers, but I don't think we have regional. It might be because you live in an archipelago. Archipelago? Sure. I'll tell you anything I know about Las Vegas. There's no charge for that. Oh, okay. I agree. Back in the 80s, when the mob owned the casino, they were not only good to the customer, but they were also good to the employees. No problem. I understand, Nunu. Hopefully, your internet will stay hooked up. Yeah, I liked working for the mob-owned casinos. They never let you go hungry. If you didn't make any tips, they'd step up. Yes, but corporate America that owns the casinos now, they don't do that. They ignore. You've only got a few hundred. They don't know you're alive. You would have to spend tens of thousands for them to notice you. Corporate America does not care about its workers either. They're going to pay you what they're going to pay you, not a penny more. They used to call it RF&B, room, food, and beverage. They ignore customers now because they don't know how to do business. They went to college, but they have no business experience and they have no experience dealing with people. I don't consider Las Vegas fabulous. I consider Las Vegas expensive. Pardon me for the cough. Yeah, let me tell you a 1982 story. I'm dealing at a mob-owned casino. I'm dealing blackjack. My family comes in, my mother, father, right? They walk in, I introduce them to my boss. He's standing right there. We're not busy. It's against the rules for me to deal to people that I know, people that are my friends or family members. So this must be disclosed. And then the casino would say, no, you cannot do it. In the mob-owned casino, the boss said, why don't you deal some blackjack to your father? And invited my father to take a seat at my table, and he watched as I dealt blackjack to my own father. This you cannot do. It is against the rules. But the mob boss will bend the rules to make nice for family. After my father was done playing blackjack, that same boss comped dinner to my family and sent them into the restaurant. Free meal. A very nice boss. Corporate America, no. They don't believe in it. Corporate America refuses to trust a single employee in any instance. Yes, they treated my family very, very well. I was proud to work there. My father went in and enjoyed his meal. I finished up my shift. We all left together. No problems ever. Very family friendly. They treated everyone with respect. The casinos nowadays, they do not see things that way. Nowadays, they are very transactional. In order to get a free meal, you must lose X amount of dollars. X being 500, maybe 1,000. Exactly. They wanted an average bet of $25 a hand for 4 hours a day. So if you play 4 hours today, they buy you a cheap meal, not the steakhouse, not the expensive meal, a cheap meal, like the buffet. Then the next day when you come in, you want to go back to the buffet, they say, has he played yet? Let him play for a few hours. They have no idea how to treat people. If you treat the poor man the same as you treat the rich man, you develop something that these casinos nowadays do not value, and that is loyalty. Exactly. They want more play before you can be noticed. You're not good enough for me to notice you because your dollar amount is too small. You used to get treated with respect. Everyone was treated with respect. Nowadays, not so much. And this is why most people nowadays are playing online gambling. If you're not going to get the extras, why do you need to fly all the way to Las Vegas? Yes, there are no deals anymore because the college educated took over the casinos, and they said every department must turn a profit or we close that department. So you cannot give away food in the restaurant. The restaurant must show a profit or no more restaurant. The online gambling, you never even have to get dressed. You can sit there naked and play, right? You don't have to spend money on airfare. You don't have to take the time on airplanes or spend in airports, right? Yeah. Just because they're willing to let you do something online doesn't mean that it's to your advantage to do it. I'm not 100% sure that these online casinos are all legitimate. Some of them could be shady. Okay. But it makes no sense to allow one type of gambling and not allow the other type of gambling. Either gambling should be allowed or it should not be allowed. Good. I'm glad your internet's more stable too. The problem with gambling is people have to understand that the games are designed so that you will not get rich. The games are designed so that the casino gets rich. Right. No, you're not going to get rich gambling. It's not going to happen. Tarot Destroyer. Tarot, I'm afraid your friend should probably go to see a doctor. Okay. That sounds unhealthy. Well, welcome to Afternoon Chat. Nice to see you in here. That's an interesting name, Tarot Destroyer. Where are you from, Tarot? Well, Nunu, you got to give him a break. You can't think that you're a troller just from one comment. A lot of people are just trying to demonstrate a sense of humor. Yeah, I think, Tarot, I think you had it right, though. So don't apologize, Nunu. Don't apologize. Okay, I think you had it right. When we treated Tarot as a normal person, he seems to have left the room. Okay. Sometimes these trollers are looking for the wrong kind of attention. I did not look at the profile picture. That'll give me something to do later. You can't let the people get under your skin. Oh, yeah. I put up pictures of myself. I want people to know who they're talking to. Yeah, I got to stay with my Gatorade. You know, I like it. And you can't get rich from gambling. A British man in 2004. Yeah. That is kind of reckless and foolish behavior. No, the dealer does not make any decisions. The dealer is never at fault for anything. The cards, the dice, the ball, this is like the paperwork that a bank teller does. You make sure the paperwork is all straight and that the money goes into the proper account. That's all you can do. Dealer does not make any decisions on how to play his hand. That decision was already made before he was trained to become a dealer. No. If the casino fires dealers for losing, then what are they going to do? Rob the players in the parking lot when they leave with their money? You make money in the casino business by keeping the chairs full of patrons. When you have people in all the chairs, you make money. When there's no people in the chairs, you're not making money. If the dealer could control who was winning and losing, then the only people that would win would be the people tipping the dealer. Yeah, you can find an occasional shady casino, but they don't stay in business long. And that's not the way I heard that story. The way I heard Mr. Smith's story was that he had $8,000 and his payroll was due. He put that $8,000 on the craps table, won the bet instantly, and then walked out the door, able to make his payroll. All he did was double up. 8,000 turned into 16,000 and he was out the door. That's the way I heard it when I was in Vegas. Now, I don't think blackjack is easy money. The problem with blackjack is your strategy as a player must change depending on the number of decks that you're playing with. A single deck blackjack, you would use one rule of strategy. A double deck blackjack, you would use a totally different rule of strategy. On a 4-deck shoe or a 6-deck shoe or a 144-deck shoe, your strategy must be altered. It cannot be the same. In poker, you don't have to play the house. You don't play the casino. In poker, you play the other players. That other player could be very skilled or he could be a novice. You will never know. If you can never know, how can you be assured that you're going to get a win? You cannot. You put your money at risk. I think it's foolish. double deck blackjack, 2 decks of cards, single deck, double deck, 4 deck shoe, 6 deck shoe, 8 deck shoe. I've seen a shoe go all the way up to 144 decks of cards. As you have different amounts of cards available, your strategy must change. It must have variances. Not only is there the strategy of playing the cards, but you also have the strategy of betting properly. If you bet your big bet on the hands that you lose and a little bet on the hands that you win, you're not going to get to play very long. If you make your big bets on the hands that you win and the little bets on the hands that you lose, you can play for much longer. Gambling is not easy money. They want you to think it is, but it is not. If you do not have knowledge and sometimes a little bit of skill, sure, I know a lot of famous spots in Las Vegas. I've been the most. Anytime I can help you, Nunu, you know that. The Strip is just the name of the road. Originally, when this was a very small town, you had one road, and all the casinos that were in the town were built on the one road. It was known as the Strip. After the city was built out more, casinos started moving to different areas of the town. But that original road has always been called the Strip. And it's the brightest place on earth because of the Luxor Hotel. The Luxor Hotel installed a giant light at the top of a pyramid-shaped building that shines up into space and can be seen halfway across the galaxy. Yes, the Strip is a road, not a building. Yes, the Luxor Hotel. They shaped it like a pyramid. Yeah, I've been in that hotel many times. They have they used to have a steak room that I liked there. It was called the Isis. It was a steakhouse. I used to take my parents there for dinner. I got mad respect for you, Nunu. You pay attention to detail. It's very good. You have a gift in this area. A stickler for detail is a smart man, in my opinion. Yes, I do. When you approach Las Vegas from any direction after dark, the sky is lit up so bright that you cannot see stars. I just believe in giving kudos where kudos are due. It's a white beam. It releases so much light that it pollutes the sky, and you cannot see past it to see the stars at night. I used to have a telescope. I had it set up in my yard so that I could look at the moon. The moon I could see at night, but I couldn't see the stars because there was too much light in the city. No, their light is definitely white. I liked a little bit of astronomy, and let me tell you why. I like to look at the surface of the moon. I bought special lenses for my telescope just for that. The problem was every 15 minutes, the moon would move. And then I would have to redo all the settings on the telescope. And then it became more like work than fun. If the moon moves and now it's out of focus, I have to reset all the dials on the telescope and get them into focus again every 15 minutes. I was looking very closely at the moon. I was actually trying to look at the bottom of the moon. I believe that there is ice, frozen water, ice on the bottom of the moon. And that's what I was looking for. I did not see it. Yeah, every 15 minutes I had to make adjustments. It was too much work. I make 10 minutes worth of adjustments and then I can only see it for 5 minutes and then it's gone again. And now I have to change everything all over again. It was too much work. No, I was not aware of that, but it makes sense. I'm not sure how long NASA's going to have those satellites up. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it romantic. In order for it to be romantic, you need someone else there with you, right? And you feel the romance between the two of you. But looking out at different planets or looking at stars or the moon, I don't consider that romantic. I consider that informative. I see your point. I'll concede you that. I could also see that you could love the expanse of space to the point where you were mesmerized, kind of like romanticized, right? But I see your point. Yeah, I gave the moon a lot of attention. After I got tired of that because of all the work involved, I turned the telescope down to the top of the Stratosphere Hotel so that I could see the tourists riding the roller coaster up there. Our perspectives change throughout our lives based on who we know, where we are, and what we are able to ascertain from our surroundings. Yeah, it was nice. I had bought powerful enough lenses so that I could actually look at the details and see mountains and valleys and cliffs and depressions in the surface. It was just a hobby that I had for a few years. Eventually, I moved on to something else. I think I gave my telescope away to someone that was interested in it. No, I gave them to someone else. Over the years, in the course of my life, I've had different hobbies. And when I finished with a hobby that I enjoyed, I passed the things on. Like I used to have a fish tank, 55-gallon show tank with an under gravel filtration system. And I used to breed my own tropical fish. When I was done doing that, I gave it all away to someone who was interested in doing that. Then I used to shoot archery. When I got done with that, I gave my bow and arrows to someone else to try to pass it on. Yes, a water tank. I've had different hobbies throughout the years. As my interests changed, so did my hobbies. I gave up the fish tank for a computer. You need to be generous in your life. My belief. And I'm not talking about giving people money, although I do that too. But I mean, share, right? I had a little brother, right? As I was growing up, he was 5 years younger than me. So when I was done with something, I would give it to my brother. As I got older, I started doing that with friends. Christmas time, you have a friend who is less fortunate. Give them something that they can get joy from. It's a good thing. I shot archery until I needed glasses. When my eyesight failed, I lost interest. I liked it when I was an excellent shot. I did not like it when I was only a good shot. Yes, I bought my first computer in 1987, maybe 86. But when you buy toys or tools and you use them, that's good. But when you're done using them, you have nothing to do with them. So give them to someone that can get the same value from them that you once had. No, Apple was just getting started. Oh, I I was raised very poor. I did not have things. I did not have toys. I did not have games, things like this. When I was young, I could not afford them. So I understand what it feels like to go without. And like in the case of the archery, I had probably spent, maybe $1,000 worth of equipment. So I gave that to someone less fortunate, someone that probably did not have $1,000 to blow on toys. My father worked at the factory back then, but we were still very poor. I never got money until I moved to Las Vegas and became a dealer. That's when I started having money and making money. I do enjoy chatting with you, Nunu. Makes my day. I just looked at the clock and we're almost an hour into the stream. It goes fast when you're here. Well, I'm glad you think so. Yeah, everything was expensive, you know, but you can't just go to work. You have to have a life outside of work. And when I was playing with the telescope or the bow and arrow or the computers, this was all stuff that had nothing to do with work. But yeah, I would agree with you that it is nice to share. It gives you a good feeling about yourself to know that you're helping other people. Go ahead, pick on me. It's okay. I'm smoking again. This is your proof that I'm not AI. I'm a flawed human being. Okay. I am not perfect. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm trying not to cough. I think only once today, at least in that first hour. I ran into one of my friends at the restaurant this morning. He had long hair and a full beard. He cut his hair off last week. I saw him and I thought that it was odd that he had cut his hair off. So then I saw him this morning and he had shaved his beard off too. And I asked him about it. He said his wife, she didn't want him to cut his hair, so he did it. She didn't want him to shave, so he did it. He's trying to play devil's advocate. Hey, at least we didn't get kicked off the air today. That's a plus. We're doing something right, right? I was so frustrated yesterday, I was spitting nails, as they say. Now, I'm surprised that we haven't seen Kevin today. He must be working. So our weather forecast just predicted we are going to have snow on Sunday. You probably don't get snow in Indonesia. You're too close to the equator. Don't dream about my cigarettes. Yeah. He's a nice guy, though. He'll get back in with us maybe later in the week. He's got to work and get all of his work done. And then when he has some free time, he'll get on with us. There's my cigarette pack if you're really going to dream about it. It's hard plastic. Oh, it won't make no difference to me. I will put on more clothing and I will just put on layers. It's nice that you still got mountains high enough to get snow on them. When I was in Las Vegas, over 33 years, it only snowed 4 times. And it was always gone the next day. Here in Michigan, we get lots of snow. It gets real deep. No, Kevin's a soldier. He ain't going to be afraid of me. Besides, he knows that I'm on his side. Okay. I'm his fan. The people that get in the chat on this show are our stars. We all like the stars. So you are the guest star of the day. A very weird dream. Do you believe in dream interpretation? I read a little bit, a few books on dream interpretation back in the day. Certain things have different meanings in your dreams, and they don't seem to ever agree. One book says this means one thing, the next book says it means something totally different. No consensus. No, I'm not the star. I'm not even here. I'm a ghost. The people in the chat are the stars of the show. Okay. Speaking of which, if you're watching and you can't chat, you need to use your phone and go to youtube.com and download the Discord app. It is free. This whole show is free. No commercials, no sponsors, no donations, no anything. I read one book on dream interpretation that said it said that a dream of water represented a female. And I'm like, how is water representing a female? Yes. Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We just did the time change. It will go back in the spring. We spring forward 1 hour, and in the fall, we fall back 1 hour. Now, this one book I read said that if you're dreaming of a boat or a submarine in the water, that was supposed to represent the male, like a phallic symbol. And that particular book said that the water was representing the female in some way. And the next book contradicted everything. And then the third book contradicted both of the other books. They were all different. I could find no consensus. So I believe dream interpretation is as of now to be unexplored. And I do not believe that water represents females in your dream. I saw that in one book, and I think I read 3, maybe 4 different books on dream interpretation. Yeah. Your grandma also told you about the day people were born in her tribe interpretation. Is this a belief held down generationally from like grandmother to grandmother to grandmother? Oh, okay. I understand now. Well, do you do the zodiac? I'm what they call a Pisces, which is a fish that swims in water. I'm not sure what day of the week I was born on. I could look it up, I suppose. Have to look at a calendar from 1957. But I don't know what day of the week I was born on. Well, I believe that the zodiac is based on the planets and their alignment in space. Oh, so it's almost your birthday. I was born on March 9th, 1957. It works out since you live on an island. Okay. Well, technically, we all live on islands. 2/3 of the globe is all water. Just the island I'm on is bigger than the island you're on. Yep, March 9th. No, I don't know about the 13th zodiac. Officius? Officius. Am I pronouncing that right? Officius? I believe that there's some tie in astrologically with the whole zodiac. And I don't think it gives you an individual, but rather a gross generalization. It's not that I disbelieve or believe, it's that I respect that other people believe. Does that make sense? Oh, well, then I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not a Pisces anymore. Maybe I changed. And how'd they find the 13th one? What was it, hiding under a rock? I mean, where'd they come up with that? Well, I don't care what your zodiac sign is, Nunu. I like you. So put that one in your wallet and save it for later, okay? Oh, a Saturday. That's interesting. Well, then, if Friday is water, then what is Saturday? Well, maybe they're just seeing new stars. That is very interesting, though. You got my attention. Earth or ground? I'll take it. That's cool. Well, that would make sense that it was a Saturday because I was in the Sunday paper after I was born. My my grandmother, my mother's mother, was in the same hospital that my mother, and she was having a baby, and my mother, her daughter, was in the same hospital having me, born on the same day. I have an aunt that was born on the same day, and all four of us, mother, daughter, daughter, son, our picture was in the newspaper. All right, my element is earth. That's good to know. I don't know if they put everybody's picture in. I just know that they did mine and my mother's and grandmother's and aunts. The four of us were in a black and white photo in the Sunday paper. My grandmother, my mother's mother, had 7 children. My mother only had 3. Well, what do you mean by bad match? I mean, as far as what? Getting along or marriage or having children, or what do you mean by bad match? And if Tuesday's element is fire, what are the rest of the days? Like, what's Monday? What's Sunday? Thursday is wind. I can get along with everybody, I think. But some people it is harder to communicate with. You and I seem to both be somewhat extroverted. I think that's why we get along. We both like to have a conversation. We like to talk. Yeah. So we need to know Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. What elements are those? Saturday is earth. Friday is water. Tuesday is fire. Well, part of siblings is rivalry. Part of having a sister or a brother is sometimes they clash, sometimes they don't. Sunday sky, Monday flower, Tuesday fire, Wednesday leaf. Interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, hi, Ordek. How's it going? I'm Ghost mostly, and I'm great. Okay. And I'm chatting with Nunu, and he's great as well. Where are you from, Ordek? I'm in Michigan, in the United States. Oh, Turkey. Oh, Latvia. You're under threat of war right now, right? You guys got drones flying over from Russia. That's kind of scary. I hope you do not go to war. Yeah. War is never good. I don't care what side you're on or where you live, it's always bad. Yeah, Latvia is northeast of Poland. How far are you from the Baltic Sea? Oh, nice. Very nice. Riga. Right now, our weather is just starting to turn to winter. We have snow in the forecast coming in on Sunday. No, I do not like Trump. He's our president, and I must accept him, but I am not happy with the way he treats people. It is not good. Today, the weather in Michigan, it's about 60 degrees here. Yeah, he does not value the life that I value. I value all life. He thinks it's okay to bomb people. We disagree on many issues. Actually, I believe Latvia is a very beautiful country. Look it up on Google Earth, Nunu. Nunu does a lot of research. He's very into detail. Look it up on Google Earth and go to the street view in the capital. I believe it's a very beautiful area. I'm retired. Thank you. I appreciate that. You made my day. Tell your friends I am very young, full of life. Yeah. Nunu is very sharp. He researches everything. Well, that's because I'm pretty. I have always looked young. Thank you, Nunu. You guys are making my day. I ain't been called a baby in a long time. I did not go to college. I was barely in school, as a matter of fact. I started drinking water by 7 o'clock at night. I have nothing but room temperature water from 7 o'clock at night until probably 8 o'clock in the morning when I have coffee. Room temperature water. So, how old are you, Ordek? Oh, good age, 21. That's a good age. Oh, definitely, Nunu. We are definitely friends. That's what this chat room is all about. We're going to build a community of friends from all over the world. "21 was a beautiful age for me. I made a lot of changes in my life at 21. As I started to grow and mature, I built a family. Hayalet, Hayalet, Hayalet. Must be Hayalet, right? I get tangerines from Turkey. Not really. I pronounce it wrong. Hayalet. I get tangerines that come from Turkey. I know it says it on the bag when I buy them. I'll look for them in the grocery store if I see them next week. I'm single. Thank you for asking. Right now, Nunu is single, but he's kind of got his eyes on a girl. Look at that. Nunu has already looked up your language. I'm telling you, he is sharp. He's 31, about to be 32. Well, thank you for joining us today, Ordek. I appreciate you. Ordek, what do you do for a living? Oh, do you have a skill, or do you need to go to school first to get a skill? Oh, that's very big job here. A lawyer right now, an attorney in the United States makes about $600 an hour. That's really good money. Well, get your law license in your school and then come over here. Then you can make the big bucks. Yeah, right now, like a divorce attorney, that's a cheap one. They probably make $300 an hour. The tax attorney or corporate attorney, much, much more. A tax attorney right now, $600 an hour. Yeah, it's big money. And Nunu's writing a good book. I'm looking forward to reading it. I think Turkey is primarily a Muslim religion, correct? Yeah, America is mostly Christian. You're allowed to be anything you want to be, Ordek. Okay? Anything you want to be. It's okay with me. I respect you. I respect your opinions. I am also atheist. My family is Christian. I was at a young age, at the age of 7, I was baptized Christian, but I do not attend church. Pardon me. I think that's what atheist is someone who is not having a religion that they practice, not necessarily believing. Agnostic. There you go. That makes more sense. I found the churches here to be wanting your money. They all pass the collection plate and they all want your money. I told them, if you're supposed to have money, God would give it to you, right? Agnostic, I would say. So I got into this broadcast because I'm crippled and I cannot move freely. So I wanted to find something I could do from home. So I'm sitting in my living room on my couch right now. I already had a laptop and I was already watching YouTube, and these are all owned by Google. So I thought, they must all work together. They do. I was baptized Christian, but as I got older, I explored all religions. I went to each church and I talked to them. And then I read books, science, and then I determined I respect their belief in their God, but it is not my same belief. My favorite movie right now is Transformers. I like them. Nunu's going to have a different take. He's more of a brainiac guy. But I like the Transformers. I've been watching those. I like that girl in there, Megan Fox. And I like the young man, Shia LaBeouf. What's your favorite movie, Ordek? Oh, a war movie? Nah. I see too much death. I'm not impressed. I would rather watch something made in an imagination that is not grounded in reality. If I'm going to escape reality, I want to get all the way out. Okay. Personal opinion. They did have some really freaky scenes in that Apocalypse Now, though. Yeah, it was very realistic. Yeah, I don't think sacrifices are good. Personal opinion, you know. I don't know what movies you guys got access to, but here it's all cops and robbers and everybody's shooting everybody and chopping heads off, and I'm over it. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you next time you're watching a zombie movie, you need to know that they walk just like me. Well, thank you for joining us, Ordek. We're getting off here in 15 minutes anyways. It was a pleasure meeting you. Give me a like and subscribe if you could. Turn on notifications. Afternoon Chat, this show is on Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate you jumping in the chat today, Ordek. It was a pleasure meeting you. Yeah, we got to wind down the stream. Get some good rest and do good in school tomorrow. Okay? Ordak, nice man. Nice young man. Pleasure to meet you. There's something I wanted to talk to you about, Nunu, before we get off here. Live and let live is a big issue in the United States. We have issues here where one person is trying to tell the other person how to live their life. And that is not the American way. The American way is to live and let live. I lead my life the way I want. You lead your life the way you want. We must be tolerant of one another. We must be understanding of one another. Be patient with another man. Don't judge him. We all have many things that make us the same. We're all human beings. But we all have a right to be an individual, to be different than everyone else. That's my belief. Duck eater? Yeah, he seemed really nice. And I'm very excited for him going to law school. He will do fine. He will be a sharp young man, I believe. It warms my heart when I see young people that want to learn, that want to experience life, that want to meet others and communicate. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here today, Nunu. As usual, you made my day. Okay. Hopefully, Ordek will get back on more often. But it is late at night in his place, so. Well, that's something we can ask him the next time we see him. It was nice that he jumped in and joined us. And Latvia is a new country. You know, first time Latvia has gotten into the chat. So far, we've had a lot of countries. England, UK, the United Kingdom, Indonesia, Latvia, and Hawaii, and me in Michigan. We're getting a nice mix from around the planet. This is a good thing. Makes me feel like the show is going to be a success. There's only one planet. We may as well get to know the whole thing. Okay. There's just the one. We need to know about it. What you did today going on Google Earth and looking up Latvia, I've done many, many, many times. It was a he. And he's a subscriber. He'll be back. The subscribers are from all the way around the globe now. And it can only get bigger, only get better. With guys like you in the chat, Nunu, well, where we're welcoming people, it's just a matter of time. Well, the younger generation here, their schooling is not as good as it used to be since the pandemic. Yeah, I need to do the commercial. You're so good to me, Nunu. Okay. Excuse me. I think that was cough number 4. I'm probably getting on your nerves. All right, let me do this commercial. The show's name is Afternoon Chat. This is a free live stream chat show where the people in the chat are the actual stars. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. And everyone is welcome in this chat room. This is not an exclusive channel. This is an inclusive channel. We want everyone to always feel welcome. It's okay to disagree. We don't have to agree in order to have a discussion. Everyone is entitled to have their fair say, even if you're living in a country that doesn't treat you that way. The show's on Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's no commercials. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I will ask you to like and subscribe. This helps the channel. This helps the algorithm pick us up and put us out to more people. So that's a good thing. I don't tell people what to talk about. That's up to you. We can discuss whatever you want to discuss. Every opinion is welcome here. Once we have the chat populated enough, we'll start doing polls and we'll go through several topics. Thank you, Nunu. You're the man. So I like to talk to people about being tolerant of others. But I also like to talk to people about being willing to help one another. A lot of times we get busy in life and we need to slow down and take the time for people. People deserve our time and our attention. There's no such thing as a bad question. If you have a question for the chat, put it out there. The very worst that can happen is we all have a good time and maybe we learn something about some other place or some other person, or you never know what could happen. That's what makes it fun. We're all different, but we're all the same. Keep that in mind. I appreciate all the viewers we get. Okay. It's nice. And I appreciate Spectrum today, Spectrum Internet, because they didn't disrupt the stream. That's all we can hope for, okay? A little connectivity is going to spice up our life. We're going to get to learn more, and we're going to get to teach each other, and we get to do it all together on this channel, where the people in the chat are the stars of the show. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. I'm the one that made sure there's no commercials. Okay? There's never going to be a commercial in this show. No midstream ads, no sponsors. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to control you or manipulate you. All we're trying to do is be nice and get along and learn about each other, communicate. We can all afford a free show. Okay. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. I'm not asking for any donations. There's no hustle here. What is here? Friendship, openness, understanding, and hopefully a feeling of community. I appreciate you, and I thank you for your time and your considerations today. And I really appreciate Nunu. I'm thinking maybe he should become a moderator on this channel. I'll talk to him about it tomorrow at 3. With that said, thank you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow on Afternoon Chat. Ghost Mostly, out.